Hey folks, Iolair here with another update from the World of Warships development blog. This article was posted today, Thursday, September 24th, and covers a new temporary battle type that will accompany the Halloween event for this year. This battle type is called Key Battle. As usual, I will leave a link to the article in the description below, and also as usual, everything here is technically subject to change. So in this event, it will pit 16 players against each other on a, quote, giant map called Polygon, where players will have to choose to fight with or against each other while simultaneously having to deal with dangerous sea monsters controlled by artificial intelligence. You can go into battle alone, but during the battle itself, you can team up into a division of up to 3 ships. So it's not clear here, and we'll have to get more details from Wargaming. It's not clear here that whether there's any predefined teams at all or it's just 16 individual players. My interpretation is probably more the latter, and then players can choose to division during the game to try to build some sort of better cooperation. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. I also kind of read this as Wargaming maybe trying to leverage some of the cooperation that formed in the Filth event from last year, where the teams technically were supposed to play against each other, but they ended up, a lot of them anyway, ended up cooperating. At the beginning of the battle, say, don't attack each other, just try to collect as much filth as we can. And then leave the battle zone to collect the filth. So we'll have to see how this works. It looks very intriguing. The main task is to leave the polygon through the portal, and I assume this image here is the portal. To do this, you need to find one of the specially marked monsters, destroy it, and retrieve the key. Only one player can use a key and not a whole division. So I assume this picture down here is one of these monsters that has a key. Now, after all of the keys have been used, the remaining ships will be transferred to a special zone called the Octagon. So it's clear that there are fewer keys available than the number of players in the game or in a particular match. It doesn't say how many keys there are altogether. So we don't know how many remaining players would be and show up in the Octagon. And for those of you who follow particular styles of wrestling, you can decide whether the term Octagon here is coincidence or not. In any case, like in Rogue Battles, from update 085, the final battle takes place in a gradually shrinking combat zone. The last surviving ship also successfully leaves the polygon. So the next point here is actually very interesting and very intriguing. So instead of the usual square minimap, a round one with the player's ship in the center is used. It shows the surroundings up to the ship's viewing range. So this is going to be a very different experience from what we've always felt or experienced in the game, where we had a fixed mini map and you knew where you were relative to everything else, and that's again not going to be the case here. For the destruction of monsters and other players, meaning if you destroy monsters or other players, a temporary resource will be issued called battle points. Having collected a certain amount of battle points, you can improve your ship right in battle. So as the battle is going on, you can make improvements. For example, reduce the damage received or increase the damage dealt by your armament. All points earned are transferred to the port, and they can be exchanged in the armory for various rewards, including infernal permanent camouflages for Tier 8 and Tier 9 ships. So these are some of the same infernal camouflages that we saw last year. A successful exit from the polygon brings additional points, and the exit through the portal gives more than the victory in the Octagon. So that's to incentivize players trying to get out through the portal if they can. Players will have 3 different ships available in 0910. So one thing I didn't call out here is that it looks like they're targeting this for 0910, which would correspond with the Halloween period. But each of them has many modules. The installation of which significantly changes the gameplay and creates an unusual combination of characteristics. For example, conventional torpedoes can be replaced with ones temporarily incapacitating all of the main weapons of the enemy, but inflicting less damage. They have some pictures here of some of these ships that I'll come back to here in a moment. Armament is not limited to simple weapons. You can have lasers, plasma torpedoes, wave launchers, and mortars are all at the service of commanders. For example, wave launchers can destroy incoming torpedoes, and plasma weapons heat the target's armor and temporarily increases damage when plasma shells and torpedoes hit a hot area. New modules are unlocked when performing special combat missions. So they've got actually a picture here of, well, I don't know if this is complete yet, but they've got a picture of what the choice of modules are that you can mount on your ship. And then it says a new port is going to be added, inspired by the polygon. So very interesting. Well, at least again, this is very surface level. There are lots of details to come as the battle type gets sort of rounded out and finalized by Wargaming, and once the update is actually about to arrive. A few comments on some of these ships. So this one here, I think, is the Hindenburg. I'm basing that on seeing 4 triple turrets, and these definitely look like the 105 millimeter German secondary. So I think this is modeled on the Hindenburg. This looks like a Smolensk based on these turrets with 4, well, it's kind of hard to see with the level of resolution here, but this definitely looks like a Smolensk gun systems. And then this, I'm assuming or believe, is probably a Republic. So based on having 2 turrets, 1 fore, 1 aft. So yeah, so some kind of interesting upcoming event for the holiday season. So I hope everybody here enjoyed the commentary and the article. Again, go check it out for yourself if you want to just read through it. Maybe you catch something that I missed, but I hope everybody has a great weekend, and we hope to see you out there on the virtual seas. And we wish you happy sailing. But also, Wargaming just posted the details on the or some of the details on the Italian battleship. So I'll do an article on that as well. So again, everybody have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.